last we left, we made a plan to get out of the Mournlands, having felled Kelly Keeling and in capturing what seems to be the Yellow Emperor into an iron flask, having a moment of almost shock, I think, that the dice told a perfect story of everyone working together, seeing this moment of opportunity and taking it and succeeding, or rather, him failing. Obviously, being of high significance, the party did realize that they needed to do something with this, whether it be a higher power or a group or something. They couldn't just leave this kind of to chance to be found again. As we kind of, I don't think we actually looked at it last session, but the Iron Flask description does say that the entity caught inside cannot exit by any means, apart from someone opening the flask. One of the things, and John, I don't know whether you saw this in it, but Jed pointed it out to me as well, is there is a wording in the item description that says that when you do release whatever is inside, it must obey you for 1 hour. Now, after that hour is up, it goes back to being fully conscious, fully under its own power, so on and so forth. So, although that is a thing that can happen, it's part of the item description. I'm not going to change that for the sake of the story or anything. I gave you the item and it does everything it says it does, but that is also could be very risky, because as soon as that 59 minutes and 59 seconds is up, then could be in deep trouble. But I would say that Jalug knows that about it, or whoever identified the magic item would have said that as well. It could come up in some research this session, whatever you want, but I just wanted to make you aware that that is part of the item's description. Anyways, speaking with Tari, Zatara, and Sovavis, they decided to come with you out of the Mournlands, deciding that the best place to go would be one of safety, and one of, for lack of a better term, rest. Gatherhold was the choice, on the side of the edge of the Talenta Plains and Lake Sire, home of Puck, and home of House Galander. Their halls reside out of here. Imbuing the conch of teleportation with the symbol of Gatherhold, you also realize that a teleportation circle appears as well. Maybe spending some more time in the observatory, you could have figured out that you can imbue and go someplace different, but you kind of wanted to get out of there. And I guess the thing to note was that things were slightly different. The corpse was starting to rot. It looked like it was 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe, just maybe, something's happening, but that's kind of almost on a grand scale. You'd have to observe that. Stepping through the teleportation circle, we end up in the arid climate of Gatherhold. Fabric billowing in the wind, a hustle and bustle of marketplaces and trade and just genuine hospitality, as the majority of the population here are halflings, but as Jed said as well, that there are all kinds of species around, including large reptilian dinosaurs. They are a part of everyday life here. You have brontosauruses acting as cranes. You have pterodactyls flying above, small, almost like what were they called from Tomb? Pterofolk, delivering some packages around. Triceratops pulling carts. It definitely has a very almost Eastern feel about it, of trade and commerce. Going up to one of the places of residence, Puck showed a little bit of authority, something that you guys haven't seen before, where the bouncers regarded him in high regard, showed him into a place where you all kind of lay on cushions and couches and got served cool drinks, whilst fans automatically kind of cooled the room down. Before Molokov asked how much time had passed or what the date was, calculating that about 4 weeks had passed since you left Rote, just outside of Shan, and teleported yourselves into the Mournlands. Now, quite a bit of things can happen in 4 weeks. There was a lot of movement around on the outside, and I think the idea was that now would be the time to take some rest, get some stuff done, take a breath, and then try and chop the head off the snake of the corrupted sect of House Jarosco with Josu Keelan. So you all kind of lay down and go for rest on the first night. This will take place over the next couple of days. But as you kind of start waking in the morning, the sun doesn't come over the plains until about mid-morning. It is blocked by the mountains to the east. But you feel the warmth already coming through your rooms. Puck, I imagine that you would be awake or at least consciously aware before everyone else. As downstairs in this dwelling that you've situated yourself up, and you hear that the pots and pans and stuff are being already moving to prepare like a breakfast of sorts. Is there anything you want to do before everyone else kind of wakes up? You wake up in your hometown.
Yeah, Puck. We'll wake up quite early.
I imagine it's like the sky is going blue, but it's still dark. You've got that kind of dawn kind of era about it.
Yeah, and his body clock's a bit messed up from being in the Mournlands as well. But yeah, he'll wake up to the sounds, almost in a panic at first, just hearing like metal sounds and what's going on, but calm down a little bit and smile to himself. And then suddenly he gets a real pang, and he's going to stand up, look around, everyone's sleeping, smile to himself, quickly get dressed, and he's going to rush off to the market to buy some of the exotic fruit that is here that he hasn't had for a while, that he doesn't think maybe any of you have ever had. Yeah, something other than the rations that we've all been eating for days, something fresh and juicy. So he's going to head off, and on his way out, he's going to get Swiftscale, give him a big pat, and jump on, and then hightail it down to the market, and sort of. I also
imagine it as so Swiftscale was taken care of in the stables. You can see that is Swiftscale a he or a she? He. You see that his scales are almost have had like a polish put on them, like getting your car back from a valet, and it's not like over the top, but you can tell that there's been some cleaning going on, and they've taken well care of him. And I imagine it is like an early morning moped ride down to the markets. No one else is awake yet, but Swiftscale kind of scampers off and leaves a bit of trail of dust behind him. And you get down there, and some stalls are already set up. You know that the good ones know that their customers almost set alarms to come and get the good stuff before they start trading properly. And yeah, there's ones that do sell fruit. Pick them out in the plains, and they are of like ginormous size for fruit, even bigger for Puck, that you like start having to like almost have to buy a tote bag as well to carry these back on, and start putting them over the saddle of Swiftscale. During the run to the market, there are a lot of, or not a lot, but like, a handful of halflings around, all kind of doing the same thing. Ones that are treating their guests and such. But you do see a kind of elderly halfling um, struggling a little bit, trying to put a box onto a cart and can't quite get it up himself. It's kind of
Puck will sling down off Swift neck. He's tied like the bags, it's sort of like a pannier kind of over either side of the neck. Give him a little pat and walk over and easy, grandfather. You need a hand.
oh, thank you. Yes, please, just one more push. I think we'll do it. And kind of like offers you the other corner of the crate, and kind of you both give a shove, and it lands on the top. Um, he turns around, and you see that this is an old tavern owner that you've definitely seen around before. And he goes, "Oh, I think I recognize you. Is it Percy? Percival?
I'm not sure that we've ever met. You have a good day." And Puck's gonna sort of just like he just feels uncomfortable being known,
Sure.
and he's going to just turn around quite quickly. Like he feels good for having helped, but like I guess he wasn't expecting that, and it feels a little doesn't. Yeah, I guess the time that he spent away, he feels weird being perceived.
Sure.
And it's one thing to sort of use your authority, I guess, in town, but it's another to have a stranger recognize you, and to him still triggers some kind of danger sense.
Yeah, so I guess like you turn away like quickly and just get like no worries, and just turn face just so they can't get a proper look at you. Can you give me a stealth roll, please?
Sorry, page stealth. 30.
30. Thank you. If I can pay you, and his voice kind of trails off as you kind of just not hightail it out of there, but go back round the other side of Swift Scale, get on, and kind of just completely conceal yourself.
Yeah, I give a little wave as I climb up and just head immediately. Even though it's out of the way I want to travel, I just go straight. So my back's to him.
So you take the long way back to the almost villa that's up on one of the rock faces. And can you just give me a generic perception check as you kind of inadvertently take a way around town that you don't normally go?
24.
24. You're not going to see anything completely out of the ordinary. There's no beholder behind a cart or anything like that. But what you do see is everyone living their day-to-day lives. And maybe it takes a thing on Puck that he does his work in the shadows. You see people setting up, and you've seen this in New Throne, you saw it in Shan, or at least in the university a little bit, that this is your home and it is almost notably unaffected by the things that are going on. And that just sits with you for a little bit before you get back to the villa and walk in, and the chef is starting to prepare some bacons and some breads and stuff like that. As you kind of hook up Swift Scale and goes, good morning. I didn't believe any of our guests were awake yet.
The habits of the road don't disappear once you get back.
Of course. Do you have something there? He kind of notices the bags.
Yes. Just
my.
I missed these while I was away. Can't get them anywhere else.
No, you can't. Well, we better serve them up the best way we can. And pulls out some like nice plates as you can help, or you kind of like chat as he kind of starts preparing. And everyone else at this point, you start to wake up to the sounds of movement downstairs, and the cookers are going on and the windows are being opened and such like that. So I guess just for this morning scene, like how do the rest of you wake up after an actual night's sleep? And are you doing anything before you head downstairs? If not, you will kind of feel relaxed, feel that tension just off you for a bit, and something smells. It almost kind of gives you a bit of a kick at the back of the nose at first, but then you realize that you like the smell. It smells sweet, and as you head down, you see Puck and this halfling chef serving up like a fruit platter with like cuts of bacon, little triangles of bread, all fresh, all kind of that fluffiness to them. As you all kind of sit down for a meal, the chef wishes you his best wishes for the day and kind of leaves you to be. One thing you do notice is that the three Kalashtar sit down and their eyes are going as wide as their head. This looks amazing. Thank you, Puck, for the hospitality of your people. It's are we? Do we need to say anything before we eat? Do we bless the food or?
You may follow whatever custom you generally do.
Well, and you see Tari just grab a handful of like pancake and just shove it in his mouth as they all start eating it. Solvivus is a lot more restrained, but you can tell that he is definitely enjoying this as well as everyone else starts to eat. And I kind of pass it over to you to discuss what's your plans for the next couple of days. I think you would have already agreed it's going to be a couple of days here. Now it's kind of, do you want to do stuff together? Do you want to go off on your own ways? What's everyone feeling?
I know Molokov definitely wants to find somewhere that he can work on his armor and do some upgrades and that sort of thing. So we'll at least spend his days trying to find some form of a workshop and settling in.
Yeah. Puck would, and again, I don't want to speak for your character, Puck, but you would have heard that there is the central hearth. That is definitely an area where smithing takes place. And Dono is the head blacksmith there.
Lovely. Write that down.
That's what I used to call my brother when I was a child.
And sort of like as far as like interactions, like I think for this morning, definitely a very slow wake up. Hasn't gotten back into the armor, is just enjoying not being armored for a minute, and like enjoying a nice meal, enjoying seeing everyone in good spirits. But I think probably not at breakfast, but maybe this evening we'll need to have a conversation with the group. Probably we'll want to get Hera on side first as well, regarding the crown, regarding Maeve, but we'll get to, I guess, things that happen at night. Like, I should assume this is sort of like an evening activity.
Yeah, sure. We'll put you and Hera off to the side for a second. If everyone else kind of goes out into town to do their own thing. Jalou, what's your kind of day plan or next few days plan?
Yeah, I think likewise, not being in armor, and it took a while, but then to actually, well, we will relax, we will do this. So that's been good, and I guess just getting the armor touched up would be good. Potentially seeing if there's a place that he can get like a couple of halflings to jump all over his back and stuff, like get those massage things where they like stand on you or whatever, just to not get all those knots out, I think. Obviously I need to stock up. I'm running low on potions. So Julie, I'd like to do that. And I think what he'd like to do is and I was thinking about this on the drive home, and so I was like, I can't message Reese, so damn it. Is explore the possibility of somehow properly integrating the shard of Zaloon into the Sunblade, like because we've been sort of playing it that they're kind of combined together, and that's turning it into this dark saber. See if there's but we've kind of just done like a rush job of we're in the middle of making to do it. So, and it might not be. It might be the case that this is not the place to do it. Because there's got to be smithing at like weapon smithing and also some form of wizardry because there's magical stuff. But like I think he'd like to explore that possibility of doing that. So yeah, that's kind of what he'd like to do. Check it out. He's I imagine you might have encountered dinosaurs before in terms of the battles and everything, but yeah, just go explore and buy some potions.
You do have
All right.
2 friendly artificers on board.
I do.
If you do
as
want
well.
to,
Say that.
Yeah.
Puck will recommend a bar that serves all their drinks in little flasks as well, just to satisfy the itch.
Of opening a flask.
And the bar's called Scales, and it's almost like the exact kind of bar that would be called Scales as well. Just like,
Yeah.
should we go down to Scales? Have a quick one?
Yeah, sweet. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the 2 artificers as well between that, it's definitely a theme. Practically, we'll see how that goes and what that plays out to look like. But
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a bit weird, like having there's 2 magic items. Can they be combined into one kind of thing? So,
all right, and Ghost.
Oh. Much like Molokov, I do have some things that I want to tinker with and work on. I think sort of directly after breakfast, as Molokov's talking about the idea of finding a workshop, he kind of goes rummaging through the bag of holding, pulls out this like large hempen sack and kind of just tips it, and there's just a collection of unfinished ideas.
Sure.
Little spools of like braided wire that look like they're meant to be running into places and that sort of thing, kind of like gathers it all back up, tosses it off. We'll probably find a location, go and introduce himself to Jono before saying he'll disappear for a little bit and go off and do what I said I'd do last time, which was go out and get some new clothes.
Yeah, nice.
And a haircut. And once again, his hair gets shorter.
Yep.
Much more like framed around his face, shorter than what I've got at the moment, but similar cut, short on the sides, and just this little bit of a curtain. Oh man, much to do.
Nice.
What he does notably do in the morning is holster the pistol and like pulls off the infusion that was on it and reattaches it to Valence, the enchanted hammer, as well as reattune to the Cuba Force and the Gem of Seeing.
Nice. And you have the updated Gem of Seeing?
I don't actually. You sent that to Molokov. Ian.
I believe I sent it to you when you took it.
Oh.
I'll see if I can find it again.
Have a look. If you don't, then we can send that through. But yeah, it's remember the gem is now cracked. In a way, it's got that splintering through it. But you reattune to them over breakfast. So the day kind of starts, and everyone starts going their own ways, feeling safe that you can split up and go and do different things. So before we hear what you kind of want to do with your own time, Hera, I imagine that everyone else kind of starts strapping up their boots and heading out as the day starts to get warmer. And you see Molokov is kind of lingering a little bit behind, and kind of you guys get a moment to yourselves. Probably the first time in a while that it has just been you two.
You're looking better.
Feeling much better. That was the best sleep I've had in a very long time.
I bet. No visions, no other worlds.
You think back, and it was nice, but it was a bit of a boring sleep.
Sort of think that and chuckle to myself, but I probably won't say it. No, it's sort of look down towards the scarring on the hand, and it really feels like the connection is gone. It's I don't think he'll be bothering anybody's dreams anymore.
So the scar is still there, just FYI.
Yes, yeah, I know the scar is there. But
Yeah.
the connection feels like it's gone.
Correct.
It looks a little less rotten and
Yeah, it's actually it's
fur
almost like
falling off and
Is probably standing up straighter than she has been. Like was probably near the end of it, noticeably leaning on the staff to walk, but has probably just got it to the side, almost holding it, sort of thing. Now, like, yeah, like looks more alive, looks more ready for the day after a day of rest, after a rest sort of thing,
yeah.
as opposed to waking up still tired and aching and
Mm. Well, I suppose that's one problem down. I have been thinking though. I tried not to give it too much thought when we had bigger fish to fry, so to speak. But Puck mentioned that, well, who we can assume is Maeve was out and about. And I don't know if you felt it, but when that crown was out, she was there. And I don't know what that means, but I think I'd like to know.
I
If you have, sorry.
not I'm interested as well. It's I wish there was a way we could use the crown without wearing it, or not use it as such, but
Well, that's the thing. I
learn from
at
it,
least
I
seem
guess.
to know that she was around when, even when it was just out. So I don't know. Maybe we can at least get some answers. I don't know. You have ways, and maybe even Puck does, perhaps, ways to speak to the other side.
Yeah, it's a complicated venture for sure. I should know how to draw a lot of power from that side, but actual communication is perhaps not out of my reach. Perhaps something I could learn to do. I wondered if Professor Tavash has any experience in that realm. So it's quite a powerful man. It does not lead it on, but a
Yeah,
few
look,
secrets.
I'm not saying we have to take it out of the bag today and pop it on our head, but I don't know. I think it might soon be safe. At least as safe as it could be. We still don't know really what this thing is or why it was even important. All we know is that we took it away from them.
Yeah. It's from what I remember, it's something to do with communicating with different realms. I don't know if it's specific ones, but certainly piques my interest. Tell you that much for free.
I don't know. You can't. I have this niggling feeling that if her soul is in there, is it a body somewhere? Have they been separated? What's if they were looking for her?
Mm,
I don't know.
I suppose it depends how it was separated. Wonder if it's the kind of
You
thing that
can't.
could be returned.
Hmm,
Is that what you're hoping?
I guess I haven't really wanted to hope, but I don't know. Certainly seems like maybe we can. Just a little.
Stranger things have been done before.
I think for now we've prepared though. I'm gonna go follow Ghost there and meet this armorer man. See what he has to say.
Nice. So as we kind of you put your stuff together and catch up with Ghost, and you guys head down to the hearth, the central hearth. Here, you're kind of the last to leave. So, what do you want to do with the day?
I think to be fair, if we're gonna be here for a handful of days and sort of probably have a bit of a discussion tonight on what our sort of plans are over the days,
Yep.
I think I'll just take a minute after sort of Molokov finishes the conversation and almost go to say something as he leaves, but he's grabbing his things and I can see Ghost waiting outside, sort of, and just let him leave and sort of stand in silence for a little bit. Well, not quite silence, but there's the bustling, but the bustling is separate for just a little bit. And probably just find someone in the thing, ask maybe where I could buy some fresh tobacco.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Down at the marketplace, there are a few stalls that sell different varieties. And is any particular brand you're after, or?
No, you know what? I'll just go and have a sniff and see what I find. Thank you. I appreciate it. And we'll go to the market and just wander through the market and people watch a little bit and just almost a little similar to how Puck saw this morning, the people going on with their lives, but rather than the idea of working in the shadows, it's sort of looking at why we're working in the shadows.
Sure.
Like they're bliss, they're at the markets bartering, they're
Mhm.
enjoying the sun, and just sort of taking that in.
Nice. We kind of pan up and over to Molokov and Ghost arriving at this central hearth. And what they've done is it kind of is almost like if you think Iron Man in the cave, that they've built a smithy into the rock face and used it as to tunnel out a chimney of sorts. And the heat from some elemental force is underneath and pumps the heat into the forge. A dwarf that has kind of got the middle of his head shaved and just big curly, almost like Princess Leia earmuffs of hair going around, turns around and sweat is just billowing off him, and he goes, "Oh, welcome to the hearth. Is there any piece of armor or weapon you're after? I'll see what old Dono can do, and pleasure to meet you." And even here in a smithy, you feel the hospitality of House Galander. It almost like a corruption and a disease that is spread through in other parts of the world. The hospitality and kindness spreads through Gatherhold. There's seats. There's a waiting bench. You've never seen that in a smithy before. There's actually fresh water being cooled by like an ice method, on standby, and it's almost like you've never been this comfortable in a workshop, apart from when you're working in a workshop.
Definitely looks at the cooler. I'm going to steal that idea.
Oh yes, it really improves the efficiency and morale of the staff and visitors as well. A pleasure to meet you. I haven't seen you around here before. Neither of you. Looks at both of you.
It's our first time. Don't blame you.
Welcome.
Yes, we
welcome.
came here with and he's just gonna like very pointedly name drop. We came with Puck Thistle Whistle.
Frodo Baggins? Of course I know Frodo Baggins. He's over there. You see, give me an insight check, actually, both of you.
Terrible. 5.
Ooh, also terrible. 8.
8. You see, he doesn't really recognize the name, but kind of shrugs it and okay. Anyway, welcome to Gatherhold. I hope your time here is bountiful and relaxing. Is there something I can assist you with? You after maybe a letter opener or a gear crank for a machine?
Actually,
Like-
I'd like to remind you that neither of you are in armor or have your weapons on you.
I probably would have my armor with me because
okay?
It's what I'm planning on working on.
Sure. You've come in non-threateningly, like you've probably got the cloak over and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, my friend here and I, we actually were hoping we might be able to make use of the facilities here, the workshop and the forge and such. If it's okay, we can of course pay.
Smiths yourselves? Well, of course. Welcome. We don't usually rent out the forge, but your skills are as good as any here, and as long as you're not in the way, and I might have to help me with lifting a thing or two, but you're more than welcome. Absolutely.
Yeah, the lifting's more his
That's what we
domain,
do.
but happy to do what we can.
And yeah, he will offer up the forge for you to use. I guess my question is, what are you planning to do?
Oh, I would love to tell you. So something that's been sitting in my inventory for like 40 sessions.
Yep.
Is the armor plates I took off of the librarians
Mhm.
in the thing, and the description you gave me with those is with an indescript amount of time and effort can be used to create to upgrade something to +3 plate.
For sure.
So I would like to use however like if it is something that's going to take more than the days we're here, then that's fine, or
Yep.
what have you. But this will be the main project of these days. There are a couple other things, but they're infusions. But it's more flavor that I'm going to be working on them throughout as well.
Sure. Okay, so it will definitely be possible. There will just be some roles to go along towards it.
Sure.
This is what this almost place is for, and if that kind of inspires the other players as well, is like let's do this here, kind of thing. Dono will be very interested in what you're doing. You won't be able to work in secret, but he will definitely aid you and show you around the forge of how to do this. Now, these roles will consume the next couple of days, even though we're going to do the dinner scene and stuff like that. What I'm going to do is I'll get you to roll me a d10, please.
A D10.
Yep.
Bearing in mind, I do have this and that sort of bonuses for working with tools and that
Yep.
sort of thing.
That's all good.
Here we go. On a D10, we have a 7.
Okay. So this is going to, with your, roll, give me a roll with advantage. So roll it again as well.
Sure thing.
With your proficiency.
That one is a 1. So
Cool. So this is going to take you 100 gold worth of materials, rather than 700. So yeah, so you can you can take away 100 gold. If you have it, or you might need to go to the bank of friends.
No, I have 100 sitting there for once.
Okay, so that's all good. This will take. It will take the whole time. You'll have to come here and work every day.
Yep.
And you can now roll a d6, please.
D6, yep. That is a 4.
So I think as you're working away, Dono is highly interested in what you're doing. Watching the way you work and almost suggesting maybe we can use this crane here and this flame here. He knows someone that has a good relationship with the fire elementals that live under the city. It goes and tells people that what is being created here. On a 4, a powerful noble offers a hefty price for your work and is not interested in hearing no for an answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d20.
I think definitely at first Molokov was all about that. He was really happy to just have someone again to like somebody be like talking who was super interested in what he was doing. I think he was, and like absolutely would be like pointing out the wings and been like,
Yep,
look at it, like showing it up. So yeah, this makes a lot of sense. That
so let's say I'm just trying to think of a name. Bartho Littlefoot comes to the forge one day, and this halfling is huge. This halfling stands about 5.5 feet tall. Has got hands that match almost your metallic hands. and his broad shoulders, but is dressed in like the finest of silks and such. Goes straight over to the glass of water that's cooled and downs almost a whole jug. Is out of breath already and goes, Dono here tells me of quite a sublime, supreme piece you're working on. Highly interested in adding to my collection of, my good old soldiering days. You see, I tell quite a story through the halls of my ancestors. Your piece would be such a fine collection to my work, and you're obviously adding this to your current armor, correct? To make it +3.
So this was the armor that was originally hooked up to give it like that, that extra resistance and stuff.
So he looks as you're kind of got the plans, and we can kind of say this maybe on the second day or something, and goes, your craftsmanship is second to none. It looks, I can't see a fault at all. I'm willing to offer, as the number here below me, 14,000 gold pieces for your armor.
You hear Ghost knock over a whole table's worth of stuff in the background.
So that would be for the armor that was plugged in, plus all materials and the +3 that you would get onto the armor. I think I'm going to leave it to
set a plate.
You could.
With that. That's a lot of money. But I think Molokov, it does stun him for a second, that number.
Dono has rushed over to like get Ghost back up the floor after fainting.
That is incredibly kind of you. It's such high praise to know that it has such high worth to you. Quick look at this guy. This guy would not be using it to fight anyway, would he? Does this guy look like
Absolutely
in any way,
not.
shape, or form?
Give me an insight check.
Not great again. A 9.
No, like you tell that I definitely know he can't fight. But even like the way he's talking, he's probably just going to put it on a wall and say that he used to use it.
Yeah. Because mechanically, half of what makes the armor special will disappear as soon as it's not me that's using it.
Yes.
So like, I could do this, and essentially my the heaviest loss will be the +3.
Yeah.
But I think even personally, this is the armor that he's taken out of the fire. You know, like I think it's been on the adventure. I think the fact that it's the same armor that he's been upgrading, I think he doesn't want to part with it, so he'll turn back and give him a friendly smile, and I don't know that it would quite fit you. It's it's made to very specific designs, you see.
He definitely comes backwards and forwards a few times, really trying to convince you, but eventually huffs in privilege and walks out of the forge.
Huffs in privilege.
And is heavily disappointed, but after the 3 days, you may add +3 bonus to your armor.
Fuck yeah. I believe it was specifically +3 plate.
That's right, yes. So
Which is going to be
we'll not be hitting you
redonkulous.
in any combats.
Yeah, Molokov's never a higher AC than a fucking adult dragon.
Yeah.
Among
And I guess we can come back to what that looks like at the end. So
Yep,
I guess
cool.
on the other side of the forge, or if you said you were just introducing yourself and then leaving, Ghost. What are you up to over the next couple of days?
Oh yeah, so I will come back to the forge and do a couple of things, like I suppose this evening, but mechanically it is just infusions and infusions and spells. However, I will catch Molokov as he's like in the crux of doing what he does, as he's taking a break from this initial phase of what he's doing. Hey, I've had a thing for ages too, and seeing those plates has reminded me that I've got it, and I'm wondering if you have any ideas for it, because I'm kind of refocusing. I've got an archivist core.
What on earth is that?
It came out of the middle of those things.
Oh,
running
that thing.
Just a pair of AA batteries.
Now, this is Michael talking, but in character, do you remember what we talked about when we pulled this stuff out? You had some great ideas for what we could do with this. The memory's not there anymore.
Loads up session 30.
Yeah, fuck. What did I say?
I guess, okay, well, while you have a think about that, let's hand over to Puck and Jalug. As you kind of maybe start the day together, you can go your separate ways kind of thing, but what are you two up to?
What I will do is I will leave and I will get that new set of clothing, the haircut,
Yes, and
start making a couple of little bits and pieces. There was one more thing as well. Shit, come on. Oh, and I will. The primary thing that's outside of that stuff is I would like to attempt to create an integration for the coil rifle into Envy.
Oh, interesting.
Yes.
I think that's possible. I think that's possible for sure.
That's such a sick idea.
So I might even break it down into sections so that it can run up the spine, so you can sort of have a Godzilla breath, essentially. Yeah.
Cool. Give me a D10 roll.
A D10. Okay. That's a 4.
It's a 4. All right. I'm going to say 40 gold you spend finding the resources to make that work.
Wonderful. I have... No, yep, gotcha.
Sweet. All right, now we pan over to Puck and Jalug.
Before everyone left, the first thing Puck would have gotten everyone to do is to write all the letters that they want sent, or communications they want sent to various people, because that's going to take time to come back. So before everyone went off and spent 5 days in a forge, write your letters, write your whatevers, and then I will take them all off to be posted / sent / sending or whatever it is.
Yep.
Yep. And then
That's
I look over at Jalug. What did you want to do? There's some sites. There's not a lot here for fighting necessarily. There's a little bit. There's some obstacle courses and things if you want to work on your agility. But what was it? There's plenty of shopping.
Yeah, I guess
Dino
I
wrestling?
could. Is that a thing?
It is now.
Hell yeah! Race, forget all my plans.
Okay.
Is that Puck saying dino wrestling? It's like traditionally two dinosaurs kind of wrestling it out, and it was like a watch sport, but you're just like, nah, Jalug can jump in.
I don't even know. I'll leave that one to the DM. You can try tug of war against the Stegosaurus or something.
Yeah. I think Julie will write 2 letters. He'll write a letter to Barlin Steelarm, the dwarf that he initially rescued, basically just thanking him for the armor and the sword and just how things are going.
Yep.
Nothing more than just like an update of like, hey, you know,
Yeah, sure.
like you'd asked to, you're hoping that those things would help and they're helpful. And he will write a letter to Drayan, but he's not sure exactly where she is. So yeah, he imagines that this might be a letter that bounces around for a while, following it to try and get there. So yeah, he'll write that letter, I think. Yeah, just sort of checking in.
I like it.
Seeing what she's up to in terms of is she still working like in the in the army? Is she has she moved somewhere else? Is like what's going on? So find out, and so I guess those are the things that he would write. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. You write those and give them to Puck, and Puck will point out where some herbalists and some alchemists reside, and you can go and buy some potions if you so choose.
Yeah. I was also looking, is there anything I can get rid of? And I think I can sell the golden dragon comb, which was the comb that we took from the married. I think that was like, what was it? 70 gold. So I imagine that I might be able to trade that with somebody or whatever. And
So for those things, I think Gatherhold is a merchant town and is pretty middle of the road of no schemers, no corruption or anything like that. So you can get the 70 gold for that. There's going to be like, of course, there's a little bit of bartering on the small stuff, but like for items that you want to sell here, you can get the value for it.
Sweet. And I guess at some point I might swing into the pop into the forge as well. And I don't know, I don't need this. I think it's time to retire this. It's the massive great sword that he's still been carrying, but it's good. Like it's very well made, but it's functional. It's not like a lot of hobgoblin stuff. It's not very ornate or whatever. But the quality of the steelwork is undeniable. It's just not ornate or anything. So but yeah,
you can get 50 gold pieces for that.
Sweet. Handing that in, and just it's also quite symbolic. Like that's the end of that. So
yeah, and Dono takes it with reverence as well, and admires the work on it, and you can tell he's not going to throw it into the forge and melt it down straight away. Like he will take time to study it and see what its story was and such like that. So you do get a bit of reassurance on that path.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, I guess if there's a couple of potions or whatever somewhere, at the herbalist somewhere to pick up something, just interesting ones or whatever. And yeah, maybe when he pops in and he's seeing Molokov working on the armor and Ghost, it's a bit confronting because he's like, I imagine like Envy's hind leg is off the, half the chest is open as there's like, a gun being shoved in. He's like, I'll come back later. But yeah, maybe around dinner time he'll have a chat to the two artificers and Hera and like put the sword and the shard up, and yeah, is there Is there a way that we can, I don't know, just, like, it's working well, but some way of putting these together. I guess what I'm hoping for, Reese, is to like essentially combine them into, rather than the Sunblade and the Shard, to be like, here's a Darksaber and it's one thing. So,
Is that for attunement slots?
ideally, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Ooh, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
That's
So
my wheelhouse.
I understand this might be like, this might be a long-term goal thing.
Mm-hmm. I'm just having a quick read of the item. And
Hey, I actually might have a solution for that.
go on.
It's a little convoluted, but I have an Archivist core. I don't know what an Archivist core is. You did not give me a gold value for it, because I think they're incredibly rare, but I would be willing to sacrifice that as a material to help integrate whatever process would be
Okay.
involved in this.
Okay.
And it could be a long-term thing, but
yeah, I think it will definitely take the full time. You weren't planning on doing anything else, were you, Ghost?
other than work with Jalug and Hera directly on the more relevant pressing matters of Yellow Emperor and story, and probably
Sure.
at some point read the Soul of the Machine book.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say if you're doing this with Jalug, you won't be able to do those things. Especially reading. That's going to take a lot of time. But I think you could still talk to them about, other things and story-wise, because we want to progress that, obviously. I'm just trying to work out a table here.
It doesn't have, the other thing is, like, I imagine as an idea, this only comes up to Jalug when he goes to the forge and he sees Molokov like taking different bits of like very separate stuff and putting them together, and Ghost doing the same thing, and Jalug's like, and he looks at this at the sword, which he's using as a two-handed thing because the shard is big enough he can hold sort of two parts. And he's like, and it works because the guys helped to put it together, but it's definitely a bit rough. And he's like, oh, maybe this could be done. So it could be that it only occurs to him after a day or so, and he's like, hey, next time, could we, because, practically, it doesn't matter for me at this stage, but it's just sort of this would be fun at some stage.
All right, so here's how we're going to do it. The way to forge these two together using the Archivist core as the material and completely using it, you will be able to fuse these two things together. They will keep both their properties. They won't lose either of their properties. And it would be an Arcana check of 30. Now, should you want to spend time researching and trying an era and stuff like that, you can spend 100 gold to decrease the DC by 2. So you can start that process now, decrease it by 2, bring it down to 28. In a week's time, decrease by 2, bring it down to 26. Then spend 500 gold and bring it down to 18, should you wish. But that's how it's going to go. And there will be a table of something might be going wrong as well.
Yeah. Well, I think that kind of as a long-term project, is fine. Like, maybe just at this stage, just like, okay, actually just, in the fight, it got moved a little bit loose or whatever. It's just like reinforcing the connection. But yeah, I think that potentially this is hey, I'd like to work on this over some time. When you guys have, you two are busy doing your other thing. It's just,
So why don't you note down that the DC at the moment is 30?
Yep.
And then however you want to spend the money or the time and stuff, then we can start decreasing that.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
Now, just an FYI as well, the DC will stop at a certain point. It's not going to go down to like DC 1 and then
I can't just chuck 20,000 at it and go like, a one never fails, Reese. A one, as we know.
Yes.
It's very, very attainable
Cool.
for Ghost helping you on this. So if you want to take another week and work on it later, cool.
Yeah, well, I don't want to stop. Like this is just I genuinely feel like it would have occurred to him on seeing the other two putting stuff together. He's like, oh, maybe we could do that, and so
Yeah.
it's not a pressing issue. It might be a thing that we look at doing a little bit
Yep.
later.
Okay, cool.
While Jalug's like in the workshop, sort of, since he's here and sort of working with Ghost, it is just going to be one of my infusions because I've got extra infusions coming out my ears now. But I have had the idea, because that trident I saw doesn't actually have attunement. It doesn't require attunement.
It requires attunement if I want to be able to command fish.
Are you sure it doesn't?
Only for the command fish property.
Yeah.
While you carry it, you can use an action. It doesn't say requires attunement.
It says uncommon requires attunement.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah.
The item thing I'm looking at does it. Or maybe it's fucking that 2024 thing happening again.
I don't know. That's the thing. If I look on my character sheet, I only have one attuned item because the Ring of Amity is an attuned item, but I couldn't add it. And the Shard of Zaloon is an attuned item, but I couldn't add it. So I've just written down in their notes, because I've had to make them as custom items, these are attuned items. So, but yeah, as far as I know,
you would be attuned.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, scrap the trident idea, because spear goes further anyway. I've over the next few days, Molokov will provide for you. It's actually the spear he had been using himself, but he'll hand it over to you, and you can just add a +1 spear, and it will return to your hand when you throw it.
Nice.
I don't care about does anybody want the trident the fish command? Because I literally just had it because I picked it up. That's cool.
Sell it.
To be fair, if you have a weapon, he'll say it as he hands it over. If you've got something else you'd prefer to throw, I could do this enchantment with anything. If you'd rather be throwing an axe, if you'd rather be throwing a knife, But yeah, essentially you have you can add +1 to any weapon, and it will return to your hand when thrown.
Okay.
Obviously any throwing weapon.
I'll think about maybe what. Yeah. In that case, does anyone want a trident of fish command, or I might try.
Dale's freeze frame. Oh, he's gone. He'll mid-yawn.
Might try and sell a trident of fish command. I might maybe I might be able to. I might have seen Littlefoot or whatever his name was, and be like, hey.
Sure. Give me
Here we go.
What are we going to do? We're going to do a D10.
Seven.
All right, you get 700 gold for it.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Cool.
I can potions.
Yeah. Let you have a peruse of potions. It's always a tedious thing.
I suppose just one thing from me over the next few days as well for Puck and Hera, in a similar vein, I've been providing you both with various infusions over our time, but I'll ask you if there's anything else that you want when we're like preparing to kind of get out of here eventually. Puck, you've had the Radiant Weapon for ages. I don't know if that's still useful to you.
You took that back a while ago. I no longer have that.
Oh. Do you want it back?
Possibly. It depends if other people have a better use for it. It would just mean that my crossbow starts doing magic damage again, which could potentially be helpful, but like, it's not the biggest deal.
That's pretty good. I've also got Armor of Magical Strength. You can use a reaction to add your Intelligence modifier to a Strength check or Strength saving throw. If you get knocked prone, you can expend a charge not to. That's not exactly great for you. Enchanted Defense, +2 bonus to your armor class. Hera, there's the Spell Refueling Ring, the Mind Sharpener, which I've given you before. That's all. Any 5 of those things.
Because
Get out.
I've got something from you at the moment that helps with the
Concentration.
concentration. Yeah. But what did you say about adding something to his strength saves and checks?
So Armor of Magical Strength, where it can expend a charge, has 6 charges, where it can expend a charge to add its Intelligence to a Strength check or Strength saving throw. As a reaction, you can also expend a charge to not be knocked prone when you're knocked prone.
I think that has to be put on armor, though, right? Which means Hera, being a wizard, probably can't do it.
Oh yeah, you don't wear armor.
Okay. I was going to say, does it count as actual armor? Okay, never mind then.
I'm assuming it would.
+2 to your
Just
AC is
kidding.
pretty massive, though, Hera. Maybe massive for me
Yeah,
as well, although I don't particularly need it, but +2 to
Mm.
AC is massive.
That again requires armor or a shield. Though.
Right.
You can have a shield as a
Give you-
wizard.
It can give you a shield.
Does it take up an attunement spot? Or is it
Hold the line.
not like an item?
I don't think that one does because I've been using it. I'm not using it at the
No.
moment. If I was using
one
that,
doesn't.
I'd be at 20. I'd be at 26. And I can any morning I could put that up by another
Yep,
2.
sure. There might be a morning soon where you want to do that.
Ah.
Yeah, that one doesn't.
We could
But it
buy-
would take up your
buy
free
a
hand.
Buy a small wooden.
Like a little buckler.
A buckler.
Yeah. Well, I mean, depending on how I could slide the shield on to that hand and then hold my staff in the same hand. I'm sure we could make some mechanical device that attaches to my wrist and forearm.
Yeah, you might want to talk to the
Potential.
DM about that one. But
Potential.
If you're worried about somatic components, I think your staff's fine for.
Yeah.
Like if you're holding, you can have both hands as long as one of them's the staff. You can use
Yes,
that for.
because that's your
Somatic
spellcasting
components.
focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, think about it. Get back to me.
Yeah, have a think about it. All right, so everyone's kind of doing their thing.
Sorry, I haven't
You've
actually
already-
been in a...
I was just about to say, after
Yeah,
doing the fruit in the morning, the last one to go to is Puck.
No, good. I was like, oh no, I've been forgotten here.
No. I kind of thought you would have a bit more interaction pieces. So, what are we doing?
So there's... I definitely would be going around with Jalug. But in terms of like things that Puck wants to accomplish, he has thought about, I'm probably just putting this out to the group, I have thought about selling the solid emerald penannular, which has the emerald claw thing on it. I'm like, I don't think we need that for evidence of anything. And I also have the emerald claw pitmaster's necklace. So I'm like, I can just sell those and get a little bit of cash. Which might be helpful because I don't think we're going to try and go undercover for them. And I'm like, that could be handy. But other things Puck wants to do is he wants to buy some nice new clothes for himself.
Nice.
In spite of the fact that everything he's wearing is like, was already okay quality. It's been a long time. So he's going to commission some new clothes. Not like the craziest stuff, but nice clothes that'll travel well. Yeah, exactly. Kind of things that don't have holes through them or blood stained into them. And then the other thing, just in terms of gear that Puck was looking at doing is he currently has a separate hand crossbow for the grappling hook, but wants to try and get that made into an attachment onto his regular hand crossbow. Kind of like, in like video games, that they've got the under barrel grenade launcher thing. kind of a little bit like that is kind of the thought of like, if you can condense that down and make it just into one item, that would be just, it's mostly just for fun. It doesn't really matter. I suppose there's maybe some instances where the object interaction to swap weapons might change things, but essentially it's mostly just for fun.
Yes.
That's what I would like to do. Again, sending off all these letters and things, but I'm mostly just going over Jalug, and then we can get into the practicals of what that means. But the other things Puck's going to do is he's going for long rides on his moped.
Nice.
But he's going out to the valleys and things, and part of while he's out there, he's having a lot of memories and a lot of flashbacks and things to his brother. And, he'll take a picnic with him and, ride out to a valley that's an hour away and head out in the morning while it's cool and just sort of sit there and remember spending time there with his brother. Even occasionally have some memories of his parents and what life was like growing up out here. And it still weighs on him that his brother is there, but he knows the way to deal with that is dealing with Josu Keeling. So sometimes he'll have the, Callie's mask with him and the locket that she dropped when she was killed.
Yeah.
He'll look at those things and he's sitting and thinking. But yeah, mostly he's kind of living the idle rich life. He's taking his friends out when they're not working and getting them a dinosaur and watching them fall off 5 times and going up and down the river and all that kind of stuff. So he's mostly just having a good time, but yeah, a little bit of shopping here, a little bit of, planning things there, and yeah, mostly just enjoying himself.
And I think that's the thing of like over the next couple of nights, like, you guys get taken out to, like when you go to a Genghis Khan without ever being there before, or dumplings without ever being there before. Sorry, Genghis Khan is a Mongolian serve yourself restaurant here. But you go to dumplings and people are like, you just do this, this, and this, and we share all the plates. And if it's the first time you've gone, you're like, oh, but what do I order? And it's like, no, we just order for the table. And then you go and, different delicacies that are served throughout Gatherhold, you all get treated to by Puck. I'm going to say you take away 50 gold for the clothes and the travel and the picnics and stuff, but because of your stature, you do get welcome to these restaurants. Not in the way of like people will be like, oh, Paxton, you get the table by the window, but just a little flash of the badge here and there. And I don't think he's taking advantage of it. I think it's, this is a group of people that restaurants know protect them, not in a mafia kind of way. They just are paying back their thanks. As for the Jade and Emerald stuff, do you want to roll me a d20, please? Seven. Cool. So you will get offered, where is it here? 450 for those pieces. 450 gold pieces, that is. And that is fine. There's no complications on that one. So cool.
I'll take
that kind of happens.
I don't need them.
Over the time, you kind of get rid of them. Maybe there's a little bit of a complication where, there's obviously some insignia on here. We don't really know what it's associated with. And yeah, they're a bit iffy about that, but I'll still take it.
Yep.
So everyone kind of finishes up what they're doing, whether it be day 1 or day 2, and you kind of all get back together at some point. Maybe it's after spending the night out at one of the nice restaurants, thanks to Puck. So I guess now, we can kind of regroup and discuss. I think Molokov, you had something with the crown.
Yeah.
Or what the next move is. It might still be in a
Yeah.
couple of days, but like, where do we go from here?
Yeah, I think he feels a little bit awkward trying to bring up the crown, knowing that Puck was very like I know the situation's changed now, but Puck was very like no one's especially Hera is not touching it, and in Molokov's mind, the plan he has right now is that he doesn't know fuck all about the afterlife and death and all that. If someone's going to be trying to use the crown to do what he's trying to do, it's going to be Hera.
Sure.
So I think, yeah, he will bring it up very, very tentatively, but will say to Puck, I think we need to, well, I think we would like to try and figure out what's going on with this crown. When it was out, someone very close to Hera and I, well, it felt like they were in the room. And I don't know. I don't know what that means, but I'd like to try and potentially take it out and see if, I don't know, we could talk to her or help her or help her move on. I don't know. You and Hera know much more about this than I do.
I can't claim to know tons about this either, but is it safe?
Who knows?
No. But much safer now that that particular Yellow Lord is within some form of containment.
Yeah, I definitely understand why you were cautious before, but I mean, we're certainly in a safer position now. Could still be dangerous, but
Was it Ghost who identified it?
Yeah. I've lost track of that message, so if you could
That's fine.
send that
Just
back
as
to
you
me.
kind of hear Molokov and Puck talking about it, you remember certain things along it that, you know, it controls / repels necrotic and undead energy. It almost has a way of if something is undead in spirit or physical form, the crown wearer, it will like abide around it, and then you kind of have a couple of bonuses with some psychic stuff and some spells and such like that.
Yeah, from what I remember reading over it, the actual properties of the crown, there was a curse with it as well, right?
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. The actual properties of the crown are rough. So in character, look, I'm all for helping you out with this. It's just tricky. It's kind of why we're delaying investigating further with the Undying Court. I mean, we've got Josu Keeling to deal with, and delving into that realm is a whole journey in itself. This is kind of on the same plane. If you want to try this, bear in mind that if it doesn't go quite right, I have no way of breaking you away from this thing. You'll be carrying with it for a while. And it's dark.
perhaps we're best suited to wait until we have maybe someone with a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more power.
Or even at least until we can put some distance between us and the flask.
I was going to say when Hera brings up someone with a bit more power and stuff, you guys are all reminded that the flask still sits at this table with you all as well.
Yeah, and we know that it is something to do with bridging between planes, and God knows what happens if it starts wearing down walls.
For sure.
Hey, look, if it's any consolation, and correct me if I'm wrong, GM will make me roll a religion check. If she was in the room, as you say, when that thing was around, it means she's kind of in the in-between. I know the Yellow Emperor is, at least, not active as far as we know. She's not going anywhere. Not in a hurry.
It'd be a safe thing to you can say that with confidence.
Yeah, that's sort of how I was looking at it as well.
I hope the other spirits in there are good company.
A nice notion. At this point, three Kalishtar enter the kind of lounge area you're in, and they look like they have had an absolute blast of a day. As they're beaming, they've got I Love Gatherhold shirts, they've got big foam fingers, they've got dinosaur helmets with beer things that come round. Straws.
They all bought keychains. One of them's already broken.
Yeah, 100%.
Tari's got I attended Dino WrestleMania badge.
Yes.
And all I got was the stupid badge.
Yeah. King of the Plains, and it's like a T-Rex, and all that stuff. And they just kind of slump down and be like, wow, what amazing place this is. I cannot believe. Did you see that Triceratops was carrying the cart, and the one in front of it was moving by itself? And did you see that we went in there, and oh my god, I couldn't believe the water was so cold in there. And you all kind of have the notion / realization that they haven't been out of the Mournlands since the morning, and because time moves slower there, they haven't seen any technology that has happened since the end of the war, which was about 2 years ago. And you kind of get the sense of they are like children in a playground at the moment, just realizing that, Tari goes over and goes, look, turns the light off, turns the light on, turns the lights off, turns the light on, and just little things like that. But they kind of eventually just share some stories of the day with you, and then kind of all move out.
Hey, have you had the chance to rest?
Tari kind of is the last to leave and turns back to you and says that it took a bit of convincing. Solvavis didn't quite catch the end of the battle there, which you had explained to me. So he was very apprehensive, thinking that there was still danger on the other side.
Yeah, we were too.
We tried to rest last night, and it was weird. It was it felt a little bit empty. It felt a little bit almost like there was someone watching, but not. Maybe a whisper or memory of the fear that we had, but we didn't dream too deeply, just for safety. We can try again tonight, but I'm not sure what's going on. I don't think the threat is there anymore.
That's music to all of our ears.
How long do you think we'll stay here for? I don't imagine we'll travel with you far.
Well, I think we plan on going north. Is that right?
I believe so, yeah. That's where the headquarters are for
Jorosko?
Jarosco.
Yeah, so maybe you did a little bit of research here, and you know that Baron Ulara de Jarosco resides in the town north of here, which is called Vidika, and that is the head place of House Jarosco.
So Josu is running his own sect as such. It could be a good idea to at least alert the head of the department, offer our help to capture or kill. They will know, I guess, who Josu mingles with and that sort of thing. They can start their own investigation.
Yeah, we have notes too between you and I. Stuff from the halls.
Yeah, you guys took that stuff from the Hall of a Thousand Mirrors.
And enough evidence to show that he was up to no good. You have Arturo's note.
I believe as well that it was already mentioning that the house was not approving of his work.
Yeah.
They came to stop him, I believe, in the Hall of a Thousand Mirrors. They did send people to stop him.
And yet he continues on.
Anybody know any good trackers? The scale of Khorvaire.
I mean, possibly not trackers, but Puck would definitely have information avenues. As he has like his third helping of the dinner that he hasn't had in many months.
Puck is a good cook, but, he's not a professional. This is amazing.
We're in a good position. We can let the head of House Jarosco know that this is happening and let them do their own investigation, but we also have weight on Josu. We could probably antagonize him. Bit of a weird plan, but I don't think he knows that his daughter's dead yet. I imagine a father would be quite angry. Probably come seeking some sort of vengeance on the people who caused it.
I'm not so sure. We know that their relationship was very strained. And who knows how much humanity is left.
Well, he did want to save her. That was the whole point of this whole thing for him, right?
He also cast her out.
What are you thinking, Ghost?
We have a way to get in contact with him.
Thinking we
could lure him to a place on our own terms.
Well, I guess that's the thing, right? You either go to him or you get him to come to you. Either one could be good and bad.
I think that's a good idea, but perhaps we should wait to see what the rest of Jarosco says. Be nice to have them at our backs, either way.
Oh, of course. I mean, make a plan with them. No doubt they want to speak with Josu themselves in some capacity.
Might be nice to deal with the flask first too, no? Secure it somewhere.
What, just a place of safekeeping? You think Jarosco's good for that?
No.
Hey, can you look after this flask? Also, Josu's a trader, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we know. We're part of it."
What do you think?
All All I'm saying is that we've got 2 bags of holding, and everyone knows what happens with when you put a bag holding in a bag of holding.
I wonder what happens with a god or an aspect of a god, but yes.
It's definitely something to keep in the back pocket.
Is it common knowledge for people what happens when you stick?
I
two
think it comes on the,
bags of
it's on the
holding
tag.
together?
It's on the tag
So
of every single bag of
Oh, yeah.
holding because they like don't. This has happened many
Don't do
times.
it.
Don't put another one in it. You will disappear.
Yeah, but is that like
You'll be
how
on the
bag
astral
of
sea.
clothing says dry clean only, and no one actually does that? So
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that you would know what happens when you combine 2 bags of holding. Okay, so there's a few options. Any kind of idea of which one we want to explore? I guess we want to go to Vedika, don't we? Try and talk to the head of the
Vedika.
house.
And definitely would be sending word ahead of time before we travelled.
Okay, that's easy done. The lightning rail does go there. It goes past on the map. I just realised that you're not looking at the same page I am. It goes past a place called Fort Zombie, a very original Wizards of the Coast name for somewhere. I would say that Parkour, even probably Ghost to an extent, Jaloo definitely as well. It's an abandoned fort. Once in the war, the lightning rail goes through it. You can ask to stop there if you so wish, but it's not like anyone resides there that is of note. But obviously, as a party, you're more than welcome to stop there and explore. And then
kill zombies to level up again.
Yeah. Then you go to the lightning rail goes through to Vedika. So the time it will take is about 10 hours on lightning rail to get up there. So it would be a day's worth of travel.
I think that.
Actually, I don't feel like I haven't got a lot of money.
I'm relatively poor for what we've just done, but
Yeah, considering where we are in the game,
I've
but
I've got-
I have 100 gold.
I've got equivalent of 1,400, but I'm about to. If you need money, do it because it's about to be reduced a lot once I work out how much potions cost. So
Yeah.
I've got about 900, so we got some money.
I suppose I guess while we're here, and probably when Verikara as well, might be a bit of a bigger city, but I don't know if it'll be in the market or it'll be a specific shop, but I'd like to look for some sort of magical arcane sort of store.
Yep.
Just thinking about contacting from further away. I'm gonna try and specifically look for a spell scroll of ascending spell.
Sure.
While we're talking about spells, Puck is going to pull out the 3 green dragon shards that can each hold a first level slot spell. And in the time that we're out and we're not using our spell slots of things, we'll suggest that the people who can cast spells might find it useful to think about what they might want to put into them, and then either they can hang on to them or give it to the marshals or whatever. But there's 3 free first level slot things we can load up. So that could be healing, that could be shield, as gives shield to someone.
I was going to say, I think one of the most useful first levels in the game, I can load all 3 of those up with shields for the rest of the party.
yeah, not for
If
you.
you would like. No.
Reese is banning you from using.
Well, exactly. I can cast it myself anyway, so 29 AC, baby.
And then do that armor infusion, and it's over 30.
Ascending,
What,
I
sorry?
believe, is a level spell.
3rd level spell. Yeah, you can find a scroll for 200 gold pieces.
Oh, I can almost.
I'll give you 200 gold.
Oh, you're fucking.
Yep.
A blessing.
Sorry, Reese, I couldn't find anywhere that's actually giving me the cost of potions. Like I'm looking all over, and it's just.
Oh, on that document
Oh, where is the document?
in the Discord.
Okay. Then I will look in there.
It is. Oh, don't open in Chrome. When your computer forgets that you have a PDF reader. Where are we? Spellcasting, adventuring gear.
It is the normal costs, 50 for commons potions, 250 for uncommons, 2,500 for rare,
Yeah.
12,500 for very rare. And you don't want to know how expensive legendaries are.
I
It's only
can't say I've ever,
62,000.
I can't say I've ever used or heard
62,000.
of a legendary potion.
No, to be fair. I wonder what if we look up in the
And it should say as well what the.
This is one of those classic things about D&D of like, you should all quit and just brew potions because they are so insanely expensive. It's like how much gold for a healing potion? 50 gold. You know, oh, really?
I mean, I think
that much.
Ghost.
I think you
Ghost
just
and I
you're
are
meant to have
both
so much more money than people
proficient
give.
I think we're both proficient in alchemy tools, so like we could theoretically just go on a bender of
Brewing.
Of making potions. I did want to make some like acid and alchemist fire at some point, and some basic poison.
I think what I'll do for this one is I'll make a list of the potions that are available, and then we can purchase them at the start of next game.
Easy. Yep.
But sweet. I think we'll kind of wrap it up there, and head out of town.
Yeah.
On the start of the next session.
Sorry, quickly before that happens. We wrote a bunch of letters and we sent off a bunch of things at the very start of all this week. So maybe those are things we've heard back from before. I mean, it doesn't have to be now, but like at the start of the next session, maybe we've gotten the word back. And if anyone wants to say what ones they've done or who they've written to or who they've asked questions of, And also, I think we were going to have dinner with the people to ask them some questions in Gatherhold was the plan as well.
Yes. So I was wondering if you were going to do that by yourself or do you want to do it as a group?
We can do it as a group. Everyone can be there.
Okay. We'll start the next session with dinner with the House Galander. And then if you can send me anything that you want to be writing off. So John has done his ones where the hero you do write to Vash or something like that. But you've also got the Scroll of Sending as well. So you can use the spell to talk to them directly.
Well, yeah, I was going to say I'll need to borrow 24 gold pieces as well, so that I can buy 150 gold worth of paper to copy the spell into my book.
That's fair. I'm sure someone's willing to lend that to you. The birds chirp.
No one is.
chip in.
Yikes.
How much? I'll give it to you. 24?
24 gold, yeah.
Yep, done.
Wow, what a ripoff.
I'll remove my 126.
We wanted
gold.
some examples of legendary potions. We've got potion of giant size.
Mm-hmm.
You become huge for 24 hours. Strength becomes 25. Yada yada yada. We've got potion of dragon's majesty, which turns you into an adult dragon. For an hour.
You don't want to lower your armor class, do you?
And you already have a fly speed, yeah.
Bolokov, the dragon.
The very rare one, Potion of Vitality, is pretty sick though. Gets rid of all your exhaustion and poison, and means that you max heal for like that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
That's
Did
pretty
anyone
good.
have any conditions that they still had? We can see if they disappear over this rest.
I don't think
I think it was
so.
just Hera's stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
almost
thankfully, yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, we've ignored all the cursed items.
No, I've got one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
And he's like, "Can I make this better?"
Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of crazy because every campaign I've played in, there's always been one character who has access to like remove curse
Yes.
or greater restoration, but we just don't have that.
Yeah.
Curse items become scary when you have no outs.
Mine's fine. Just don't roll ones. It's all good.
Yeah, that's all good.
We
Yeah.
Just roll
we
better.
didn't have remove curse on the last campaign until one of us got cursed, and I was like, "Well, I guess I got to learn how to."
Well, no,
I
I
gotta
think
bounce, guys, but I will
All good.
catch you
Next time.
Oh, actually, no, I can't play next week. I'm playing Big V Blood Bowl tournament. So
Oh, nice.
I will also not be here next week.
Ah,
I'll
copy
just
that.
go there.
sadness.
The week
Anyway.
after then.
I gotta go. See you guys.
So, yeah.
Pleasure.
Shut up.
I think I would have had access to greater respiration at some point, so it was like, I will just wait until 5th level spells.
You're right.
Does that do curses?
Greater restoration does, I believe.
I don't know
I'm
that
pretty
it
sure
does. I think only remove curse does that. Pretty sure.
Greater restoration is definitely poisons and stuff.
Yeah, greater restoration is good because I think it's like paralyze and shit
Yes.
like that as well that it heals, which is like quite hard to get out of.
Yep, a curse including the target's attunement to a cursed magic item.
Wow.
Nice. Because whereas
Fifth
remove curse is
fifth level
only a 3rd level.
Yeah, which I mean, lesser restoration is a 3rd level as well, but it doesn't do the curses, it doesn't do hit point maximums or reduction to ability scores, it's just a condition, I believe.
Well, I think it's like blindness, deafened, couple others.
I've got it.
Poison.
Tell you. I don't got it. Oh, it's 2nd level. Oh, it's a bonus action now. What? That's crazy.
That's
Blinded, deaf, and
insane.
paralyzed
Yeah,
poison.
I get the feeling your spell set to 2024 rules, isn't it? Because I think you used the 2024 jump earlier.
Oh, did I?
Which
Oh,
is
because
it's so
is that
good.
meant to be an
And
action?
to be honest, that is absolutely how jump should be.
Should be.
Because it makes it so much simpler.
Yeah.
This is what I mean with it. Like they did a lot of good things, they just did a lot of shit things as well. But like
Yeah.
Yeah.
jump in particular,
It just cycled what
it
was good
makes
or
it
bad.
into it makes it into a bonus action to cast, which is great.
Yeah.
And then it means by using 10 feet of your movement, you jump 30 feet or something, I think it was.
Right.
And so like it gives you one extended leap per turn. Because like the rules around jump are so grey. Like actual just trying to jump with D&D rules.
It was your
And so to
jump
give it
distance
gen-
triples, and it's like, oh, okay, so
and it's like, well,
with a running
what's
start,
that?
it's 3 times
And
your
then
strength
like
score.
how
or
much of
something
that,
like
and how much of that works into like my actual movement speed. But this is just like, no, you use 10 feet, you move 30, you jump.
Because
30,
isn't it when
you know?
in Baldur's Gate we were spamming it because you could do your movement
You can move further.
to just a little bit
Yeah.
before your movement, but then you could do your jump, get into combat, and all that stuff, and it was just like, hold on a second, this doesn't make any sense.
Because if your strength outranks like the middle base or whatever it was, your jump got you further than your movement speed would have.
Yes.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I think it's such an elegant way to make the spell just not useless anymore.
Yeah.
But again, it is.
At the cost of other things.
Yeah.
Nice. Sweet. All right, well, I'm going to jump off. We'll make a plan for next time.
Yep. Just have a
good.
think about
Alright.
what spells you want to load into those things as well, guys. Chuck it into the chat.
Into the shards.
Yes, we've got the days, so like we can just load
Yeah.
it up with something before.
Yeah.
we
Oh, the level
get
1
off, whatever.
shards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. Like I
Okay.
said,
Those are your level
I'm
one
happy to
spells.
load them up. Yeah. Happy to
There's
load them
a-
up a shield.
I have a
or
few that are pretty good.
Because there's 3
cure
shards, I believe, right?
wounds,
Yes, three
magic
green ones.
missiles.
Absorb elements.
Absorb
Fairy
elements,
fire.
I was about to say.
I feel like damage,
Heroism's a good one.
damage mitigation, and then utility spells are probably the good uses for it. Like things that deal damage, I don't reckon
Yeah.
we really need to worry
Yeah.
about. But
'Cause
yeah, things that will
everyone
either
Just kind of
Yeah,
doing that on their own.
stop you taking damage or
Got that under the belt.
yeah, comprehend languages or something like some utility stuff could be helpful.
Mm.
They are
But yeah, have a look through your
use,
spells.
Like, they do get used. It doesn't store them forever.
Yeah.
That's
But
why
they
I'm
can be
thinking maybe
reloaded as
something
well,
like
I believe.
Shield or
Yes, they can be preloaded. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you spend the slot to cast the spell into it, but obviously then over a day you get that slot back. Sure.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good thing to do now when we've got like, hey, there's days where you're not using your spells for anything else. So,
Correct. Yeah.
alrighty.
Sweet. Cool. See you next time.
Peace out, family.
shall later.